Hello and welcome. Here in the channel, we are celebrating when Newt came and made the channel really a YouTube channel. And how we're going to do it? Well, with a plate of fried chicken and barbecue sauce on the side, and one of my big mugs filled to the brim, well, not really, and watch an Indian movie that we're going to review later on. So let's sit back, relax, and enjoy. I had no idea of what I was about to experience.
बाहर कम से कम 10,000 हैं।
This just hit hard. It's currently on Amazon Prime, and this is not for the faint-hearted. Let's talk about what this movie is about for those of us who had no idea, what I had no idea, what I opened into. This is about tension was rising between India and Afghanistan at the time. And in these three forts that are on these border mountains between India and Afghanistan, this Indian high officer disobeyed orders. So, as punishment, he was sent to this middle fort that was in between two different forts. And this fort strategically isn't in a good spot for the sense of wars or battles. This spot will have very little action. The point of the location is communication. Again, this is based in 1890, so what they had to deal with was light and mirrors to communicate from one to another, and this fort was the halfway mark, so it can communicate between both forts. And this high officer gets reassigned to this location, and he has to master it and discipline it. Very much like Will the Whipped Hunter did at the Lump during World War II. And this high officer whips these guys into shape, reinstates them as a platoon, and puts them into a great working force that's meshed together. But there's like 21 people here. With this spot, he's trying to build friendships and such and reinstate discipline. But as he's going through this movie, he has kind of like this daydream-like figure he does of his wife. So that when he is in these emotional spots in this movie where he's trying to lighten himself, or he needs to talk to someone more emotionally or to help him, he pictures her and has a conversation with her so that he can calm himself or try to put himself in a perspective. So he has this basic avatar of his wife that he can interact with. So he has this to lighten himself as he's disciplining these men. And as this is going on, we have these figures in Afghanistan uniting these tribes to attack this fort, because they know once we get out this fort and get rid of the communication, these two other armies can't do anything, can't communicate to each other, and in war, communication is the most important thing.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
Tell us that we have a plan.
So they're being strategic and smart. So they come to this thing. And so, again, this is 21 men against 10,000. This is based on a true story.
Really?
Point of this movie is to show off these heroes and what they were fighting for. Yes, it said parts of this has been fictionalized, and I know nothing of this part of the world's history. So I don't know if part of these men were fictionalized with their personalities or not, but there was something about them that you could connect to with some of them. One of them plays gloomy songs that annoys some of the guys. One of them is a teacher's pet to the general. One of them is a guy that's a proud uncle. I connected to personally with that guy. And there's a character that's so stoic, you don't hear him laugh. And it's like a game, like to some of these guys trying to, hey, let's try to get him to laugh. Let's try to get him to laugh. So this movie builds these characters, and this movie kind of hits my check boxes of things that I enjoy too much. It's a long list, but The absolute underdog moment, check. Characters in the middle of nowhere, check. A high officer rallying his men, check. Good music video, music, triple check. And also the right levels of cheese. Not Hallmark, but not American cheddar. Just, it's the right cheese that I want. Yes, it's there, it's very flavorful, but yet it's that level of flavorful that I just love. This is my kind of movie. This is my kind of movie. It's not fun dumb. It's not that at all. This is about the strength of character and what you're going to stand and fight for. I mean, at the end of this movie, I couldn't help but go, what is it that you stand for? What is it that I put my life on the line for? What will I die for in that impossible odds? What would that be? And that's something I never thought I would think of. This is a powerful movie, very effective. This is a movie that's showing very strong pride for its nation and for these men that did the impossible. And it hits at the right spots. As you can tell, I have fallen in love with this movie. I'm not gonna lie, this movie got me to tear up. This movie got to think of a question I never thought I'd ask myself. This is a movie that hit personally, for me. It hits the moments that I love and I want to promote. I mean,
लड़ने से सिर्फ दुश्मन खत्म होता था और पानी पिलाने से दुश्मनी.
I fully agree with that. So where would I rate this? I will put this movie as a potential 7. I am a firm believer that we need to wait for movies. When we say it's awesome, amazing, it's a 4 out of 4 or a 10 out of 10, or in this case, a 7 out of 7, I don't think we should deliver it immediately. We have to wait an entire year so I could watch it again and again and see if it hits the right points or not. It is a potential 7. It hits hard, it has me asking questions. There's something deep diveable, and there's a lot I want to learn. And I've always loved to learn, and this movie just hits that point extraordinarily well. I want to know more, and I will watch this a whole lot more. And until then, this is the Bullfrog signing out.
आज तीनों किले हमारे हाथों में और इन किलों के सारे सिक्कों के पगड़ियां हमारे कदमों में. Okay.
चल झूठा.